good, everybody? Welcome to another No Chill with Gilbert Arenas. As you can see, we're on the road here over at Slick Studios out here in Los Angeles. Now today we got, I was gonna say the best pure PG, but we have Raymond Lewis in LA too, so I can't disrespect the great. But my favorite point guard to come out of the city, put Crossroads School on the map, National Player of the Year in high school. You know, Crossroads wasn't getting down like that before you came through. They were not getting down like that. But put the Crossroads on the map, National Player of the Year coming out of high school, 3rd overall pick out of UCLA, 2-time All-Star in the league, We Believe Warriors. Now you're doing it from the boardroom to the block to the booth.
Yeah.
We got the legend Barry Davis in here.
That was hard.
It's a lot. It's heavy.
That was hard.
He's like the bull announcers, right?
Yeah, that was hard.
Okay.
All right.
I'm rocking with it.
I'm feeling for my jersey and shit. Goddamn.
But yo,
for my jersey.
For those who don't know, like I said, we're over here at Slick Studios. Tell us a little bit about Slick and what your vision is.
This is crazy. It's like the first time I ever really talked about Slick on the show. But you know, my idea for Slick was to be a trampoline to Hollywood or a trampoline, you know, to industry. So being able to take people like myself who were retired, who had talent, who like NBA, who like basketball, love the game, have so much knowledge to give, but don't have the outlets. And so a lot of times, you know, when I had the TNT job, it was 9, 12 people auditioning for that one spot I had, right? So it was not only do I get that spot, but I gotta hold down the fort, you know what I mean? Yeah. But at the same time, I'm feeling guilty knowing that my other homeboys is not out here with, you know what I mean? It's we all in the same class. I wanna rock with them too, you know what I'm saying? And so I was how can I figure out a way to, you know, just kind of learn what I've been knowing from a content, from technology. And when Quibi came out, it was oh man, that's we had the same idea, but you know, a different way. And so with Slick, is really just building a platform where artists, athletes, musicians, hyphenates, right, the sports, lifestyle, and culture, you know, connecting, and people who make shit, they should have a distribution platform. And so we're not trying to be, you know, nobody but ourselves. And, you know, we respect the ESPNs, the Netflix, the Hulus, Disney's, you know, the whole Hollywood infrastructure. And I think what they needed was a place where talent goes to sharpen their tools, you know what I mean? And then from that point, it's a launching pad for them to be successful, right? For more people to be put on, for more shows like this to be on network television. Cause shit, y'all got the magic, y'all got the sauce, y'all been doing it for a long time. But we need to see this shit on TV. Not a whole bunch of goddamn, I cuss on this show? I'm a cuss anyway, you already know. But you know, they got all these goddamn reporters and shit, right? Just talking all goddamn day. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I used to tell reporters when they used to with me that, hey man, I read your article. You're not a great writer. You know what I mean? That pissed them off. You know what I mean? It's man, that's some short form shit I was doing in high school. You feel you ain't writing no shit. You know what I mean? But
he said what I wanted to
and they used to get tight. You know what I mean? Yo, man, it was simple words.
You know,
Can you describe me a little bit more better or some shit like that? Yeah. But that was a go. It's we need to be talking about our peers. We need to be talking about, you know, the Dennis Rodman documentary. I love that documentary, but it was still from the media's perspective. It wasn't from Dennis Rodman's perspective. Yeah. You know what I mean? The Last Dance, that was still from what the media wanted, right? It wasn't from everybody who played. You know what I mean? I want to see the games, bro.
Yep.
I want to see the games. I want to hear the dudes talk about that team on other teams, whether they hating, whether they congratulating. I want to feel some. You know what I mean? I want to feel
emotions
some
from
shit.
Yes.
Yeah, bro. Don't take me out of it. You know, goddamn reporter.
That's
you know what I mean?
I think that's what happens.
You know what I mean? And I ain't hating on reporters. Yeah. I'm just saying, shit, there's plenty of writers. You know, you look at the Scoop Jacksons and people like where's Scoop Jackson? Scoop Jackson should be prominent in this space. You know, and so that's what Slick is. We're going after, you know, just talent and letting talent have an open door policy to be able to program content, be stars, be hosts, be writers, be producers, be directors, you know what I mean? And from then, like, as you're successful, get your ass out of here, go. You know what I mean? But we need a place where people can land in LA, you know what I mean, and land in certain cities and know like, yo, I can go there and I have the potential to be successful.
You know what the funny part about just media period? They've done their jobs without the actual athlete.
Yeah.
Right? So they don't need a relationship with us.
At all.
So what they end up doing is they get on TV and they get the Knick pick. So the athlete doesn't want to give them interviews.
No.
They don't want to talk to them. They don't want to do this. So you don't really have a real like connection with an athlete. So that means the media don't really have, or just the fans themselves don't have, because that the media person who's broadcasting has disconnected everyone. Now it's just his opinion about the athlete, and that's what you guys like, instead of dealing with the athlete themselves.
You can't even have a beer with a reporter. You can't be on some random shit in the summertime like oh shit, like that's so-and-so. Because as soon as he get to asking you questions, you're gonna be like, nah,
yeah, I'm good.
Telling you shit. So that's a whole part of a relationship is like, you asking me questions, me asking you questions. You know what I mean? People like having a real conversation. That's how you connect. So you can't connect with them when
they have an angle.
Every time.
They have an angle every time.
You know what
but
I'm
that's
saying?
what's so funny is now if you look at it, so many athletes are in the space of, you know, podcasting. What they started to do is they're just taking snippets and then put it on their shows and then they talk about it.
Yeah, goddamn, bro. Can you stop carbon copying and watering down the magic?
You wonder why you don't get no interviews. This is what you do. You sit there like so when you're sitting here trying to say they're making these documentaries without an athlete, you got to remember, because you're trying to censor it for your viewers, you're taking all the athletes out of it.
Yep.
Because what we're looking for isn't there.
Yeah.
Like I remember I watching Malice in the Palace. I had to watch it 3 times, and I got angry all 3 times on the same part. It was when David Stern said it was an anonymous vote, 1-0. Oh, that got me so tight, bro. That got me so tight because in my situation, that's exactly what happened.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I'm like, wait, technically, what did I do? That's gonna get me suspended 50 games. What did I do? I said they were mine. I never touched it, never brung it, never said I brung them in there. I just said they were mine.
But there were no rules.
So you're suspending me for 50 games on what merit? Well, it's my choice. So when I'm hearing them just bully the players, I got so angry. But that's the kind of emotion that you want the athlete to feel.
Yes.
Like in the Bulls dynasty, I'm just watching. Like, all right, it's cool.
It's like that's cool. Like you waiting for Jordan to say some ill shit. That's it. And you waiting for some Jordan or some Pippen highlights. You know, it's like everything else was like, man, like
that's what I'm saying. You just sitting there just like
you just, and then you skipped over the games, man. You skipped over the playoffs. Like it's the last dance. You skipping over like some of the most important series in basketball, right? And not like they did a great job, because it's like you only got 6 parts to tell all that shit. But dog, is there some bonus footage or something like that, so I can just like watch the commentary in the game? Like
from the athlete standpoint,
you know
like we want to feel a part of it.
We've seen that shift now with player empowerment and guys taking, because as a kid, I remember reading articles and guys would be paid in a certain way, and it's like, I would just think, oh man, this dude's unbiased. He must just really be.
Right. But
then you realize, oh, he's in bed with the agent or whatever, or it's coming from the league or whatever it may be. So when you guys see that now, guys like LeBron, KD, Steph, other guys like yourself, now taking that control in your own hands, how good does it make you feel to know that now you can be able to tell your stories? Even Malice with Jermaine O'Neal's an EP on it, and now he has some level of control just in being able to tell that story.
It's amazing, bro. I think it's like, well, LeBron, you know, Steph, KD, like all them dudes in like that next class, what they did, they was like, we're gonna move how we want to move and do what we want, and you can't stop us. Our generation, we had to wear suits and walkers. You know what I mean? We had too much freedom. We had the jerseys, all that shit, and then they put a stop to that shit and suits and walkers. So, you know, you really can't make no mistakes, and I say this on TV, you can't really make no mistakes on TV in a suit. You know what I mean? And so you're not really like comfortable. You know, you just structured. And so when we had that dress code after the Malice and all that, like they just trying to like cap whatever the we was doing. You know what I mean? And some dudes was like, all right, I can work around the dress code and shit like that. But it was more so like, it's too many personalities. It was almost like communism. You know what I mean? And then dudes just was like, they can just start breaking the mold. And when LeBron them came, you couldn't stop them because all the top dudes, they all with each other and they wasn't thinking about nobody else. And now you see, you know, the athlete taking ownership. Like they all got their own platforms. So they all talk to each other and then that's how you get the real shit. You know what I mean?
That's how you get the real. That's how you get
getting
the real.
realest shit from them. Like that ain't no lie, but like people interpreting or looking at the game and saying Steph in a slump. Now Steph can go on, you know, any of his platforms, but the shows that he got, you know what I mean, or produce his own sit down with his own production company. Come on this show, go to All the Smoke, you know, go to Kendrick Perkins. You know, you can start moving around and tell your own shit. So I kind of like where they taking it to, you know what I mean? Because they just took that shit to another level.
Most definitely. Obviously, you two, in my mind, are two of the best guards to come out of LA. I'm sure a lot of people's minds as well. What was it like for you? Obviously, Gil, you're a little bit younger than BD, but what was it like for you having to guard BD in the pros? And I want BD the same thing.
No, you know
with
the funny thing is, before I even like got into like my high school basketball career, my dad used to take me to his games. It was crazy. It was crazy. It was you versus Kenny Bruner.
Yep.
And he was like, my dad was like, "Nah, these are the best two guards I've seen in high school. Watch them. If you're trying to be a guard, you need to watch them." You know, so you're sitting there and like I'm not even on this level to even understand what's going on, but like, you know what I mean? But then you started watching it because y'all were about the same height. You were just a little bit taller, and then the next time you see me, you was coming down the lane. I was like, dang, just a year changed, like a year, a few months changed this whole battle. Because my dad was like, you know, I don't really know who's 1 and 2. You know, you got one who's scoring, one's on defense. And then the next time I seen you, it was like, oh yeah, this is a whole different, beast of a person. Like, you know what I mean? Now he's taller doing the same thing. You know what I mean? So, you know, so I watched Baron Davis from, you know, high school. So, you know, just trying to figure out my way. And then I don't even know if we played against each other in college.
Nah.
Yeah, so I missed them.
You was on the A, you was on Dart A. When you was in high school, I was in the pros. So Dart was his AAU coach. So Dart used to be, cause I was like Poole, LB, all them dudes. And then Dart was like, "Hey bro, we got this motherfucking Gilbert Arenas. This is a bad motherfucker. Right here, that's all Dart. You know how Dart is. He was gas. I was like, Dart, is he that nice? He was like, BD, I'm telling you, dude, he is the best player on our team. I said, he better than Leroy? He said, he better than Leroy, and he put hands on him. I said, I gotta come see my dog play.
No, you know what's so funny about this? Like what's so funny is we're on a team, and Lee, that's the coldest motherfucker I've seen. Like he was nice. He was
Leroy?
like Leroy was nice. So I'm like, dude, I don't even think it like. So what happens, you know, like when you a Valley dude, they're gonna test you.
Absolutely.
Right? So they put the test on. So what we did was we had to put on boxing. So we had to put the pillows on. So we put the pillows on, and then we had to tape the thing. So my hand slipped out of the pillow. All knuckle. But it wasn't Leroy. I think it was like a dude named Jason Marcet.
Oh, yeah.
It was
Marcel was
it was big bum dude, but it was just one of those. It was like just the glove done slipped out.
Hilarious.
You know, but the crew was like nice, but it was my first time really playing with like LA dudes to like see what real talent was. So like I had the scoring mentality. So I was just like just a demon in scoring. Yeah. But I really, you know, you don't really know what your talent is until you see like you know, I'm watching, so I'm learning, like I'm watching Leroy, because yeah, I'm scoring more than him, but in my mind, like, yo, he's way more defined than me. Like he's crafty, skilled, agile.
He was developed.
So I'm just learning. I'm like, he's trying to teach me stuff, and I'm learning. Like, all right, man, this motherfucker's nice. So like for me to take that next level, I think I needed to be on that team. Like because practice, I'm getting mopped up. Oh, they mopped me in practice. Like I didn't know what to do in practice. But when that game started, and it was like, yo, do you? Hey. Yes, sir. I was more of a gamer. So when them games came on, I just seen blood. You know, so I had to learn everything outside of that court. And I think Leroy, Jason Marcet, all those guys actually just taught me how to be a real basketball player.
Bro.
I'm trying to tell this dude.
Hey, when I was, I think it was I in New Orleans? I think I was in New Orleans. We came to Golden State, and it was like, man, before the game, you know, he's silly as shit. Yes. You know what I mean? That's my want to play all the time. B-Diddy, what's up? Like, just one, I think you had like probably some shoes shit like that. He just calm in his head, like, yo, man, what's up? Like, nothing, B-Diddy, shit, man. Him and Jay Rich. So I just talking to them. I'm like, man, we about to get this win. You know, and I ain't really thinking too much again. I ain't thinking like, you know, because we on the East Coast, so I ain't thinking too much. Game start, 3, pull up 3. To the whole leg. We go to the bench. I'm like, damn, this nigga got 18 points. What did you have in that first half? Like 28 or something like that? I got 28 in the first half, dog. I'm looking up and I'm going, damn, this motherfucker is good. You know what I mean? Like, he real good. And I think that was like your second year.
Yeah, second year.
In Golden State. And that's when it just like, I think you saw like, hold on, like, I'm off of blood. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Because I was like, damn, dog, like, I'm in the locker room, like, hey, bro, come on, like, goddamn, like, you gotta catch up. You know what I mean? When that motherfucker start the game, bing, bing, bing. I'm like, okay, this motherfucker know what he doing. He getting busy. And I think for you, it was like you were one of the hardest guards to guard because, I'll say this about Kyrie, is like you didn't have any offensive deficiencies. Mm-hmm. Right? Everything you did offensively was pristine. Finish it, to the line, mid-range, long range, game winners. You know what I mean? Handle, shoulder, tug, euro. All that shit was like, dog, come on, dog. We gonna go ahead and mop the floor because it's clean. Because this out here sliding, skating, and getting to that bucket, dog. And I would always tell people, because me and T Mills, I used to be like, yo, what's Gil on? That's all I really cared about. Hey, bro, what's Gil on? He was like, man, that Gil, he coming for you, B-Diddy. I'm telling you, I'm like, man, what's Gil on? What he doing? Mid-range. He working on the mid-range. So I go work on the mid-range. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Because I was like, yo, this dude is like, he my size, he athletic too, he play good defense. You know what I mean? It was just the hate. You know what I mean? Like, let's take all the hate out the picture and let's talk about some real motherfuckers who get down, right? And he was cracking the best of the best, myself included. But he didn't do it. He had some real shoes on. He didn't do me like he did the other dudes in the Dolce & Gabbanas and all that. Like, he was dropping 40s, 50s on dudes in Dolce & Gabbanas and goddamn evening slides and shit. You know, I'd have stepped on your toe, bro. I swear to God, if you would have came out there in them Dolce & Gabbana, I'd have had to step on your toe to slow you down.
You know what I think it was? It was fear. Because you know, you like I think players, as players, you hate. You try to figure out like, oh, he ain't that good, and instead of saying, all right, what makes him good?
Yeah.
Like, what is everybody like? All right, he does this, 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 and the fear of what you can't do. Like, you know what I mean? Because I used to be like, they was like, yo, who's the hardest person to guard? And I'll be like, well, pick and roll, Steve Nash fucking hard to guard, man. I don't like guarding him.
Hey, bro.
Like, and then I'm like,
Man.
Tony Parker sometimes.
God
and then
damn.
I'm like, you know, low key,
one.
I like low key, Barron is probably the hardest person to guard because he's more talented than everybody else. But because he still has the pure point guard mentality, right? Where the vision is unreal, the moves is unreal. I remember you used to do this move on the baseline where you hop, boom, boom, and come back.
Yeah.
Oh,
That was my shit.
that's the only.
I just tried to
As soon as I got to this, I was like, oh, the move is coming. The move is coming. Like you can, like I know it's coming, and still like because you went and when you got to go like, like God, he got me with it every time. And I'm like, yo, because he has so like his attributes is so high, he can jump, and I'm like, I wouldn't want to guard him. Like I don't want to guard him, Larry. You gonna have to guard him because like you gonna have to guard him because if he realized that I can't control his poster, he just gonna hit me in the post the whole time. Like I can't do nothing with him because you got that bop game. Like it was like Jamal Matt, like your poster Jamal Mashburn.
Yep.
That Jamal, like I used to watch that shit all day.
Yeah.
Like, he got all of them tricky moves. You can't hold it. So. It was one of those things out of fear. So I had to just, when I got in the game, everybody I was scared of, I just went at them.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just gonna attack. You know, that was the only way. It's like before they attack me, and I'm just here. I just gotta go. I remember the one time I got mad. It was a fan, right? I'm shooting, come out. You know, I'm shooting, jumping, try to get my little jumper up. You know, because now once I get my jumper off, that means you gotta guard me. Then I can use my speed, right? And you got me in a post. Boom. 3 straight times. Score. Right? And one. I'm like, damn. Right? Dude with my jersey on said, now that's how you play. He ain't out here shooting little jumpers being all sweet. He out there attacking you. Yeah. So I'm looking because it's behind y'all bitch and I'm looking, right? And he got the 0 on. Yeah. And I'm like,
what you on?
Like, all right.
I'm about to turn up.
So Monte Ellis comes in. Yeah, I'm just going. I think I had like 40 that night, and I shot all free throws, but it started off because he was just beasting in the post.
I did like you, Tony Parker. Who else? Just was like TJ Ford. Y'all motherfuckers was just. I used to watch and be like, damn, these motherfuckers can just get all the way to the basket and get layups, bro. You know what I mean? Like y'all had like such a like. Tyreek Evans had a good finish game too in his rookie year. I was just like amazed at how motherfuckers just lay the ball up because I had to jump because them motherfuckers always trying to knock me out the air.
You know what's so funny? It was I think your generation was handicapped by the ideal of ball hogging.
Yeah.
Right. So it was crazy because when I was coming in, you know, it was like. All the guards were still pure point mentalities, right? Even though you, Steve Francis, even though you, Steve Francis, Marbury, y'all were different. So you wasn't Jason Kidd's them. You had the IQ and the passing ability, but you guys were the next generation guards.
Yep.
But the rules handicapped.
Yeah.
And that was the reason I went to the point. So I came in as a shooting guard. Yeah. And then when I was watching Jason Richards get his ass bopped, like it was getting man. It was one of those things we in the locker room like, bro, they did give you 40, bro. Again. This is like the third time. Philly gave you for the third time, Philly done gave you 40, bro. And then he goes to Cat, gets some. So I'm sitting there like, I need to go to this point guard position because the twos, they coming. And then like I'm looking at the points like, man, they boppers. they bopping,
Yeah.
but they kind of controlled.
They got passed in the post.
Yeah, you got to pass to the post. Even though
Pass
you get
the
to the
mash.
basket, you still making the pass. So I'm like, I can survive better at this position because they handicap my rules.
Yeah.
In the thought process
Yeah.
of getting everybody involved. See, that's what handicapped that generation. Get everybody involved.
Yep.
Make your teammates better. Right? So when I came in, I didn't have no rule.
Right.
I'm a tweener. I got no rule. I got no no blueprint. So I'm just gonna do me.
I would say like you're kind of like the first hybrid point guard, right? And so like when you look at Steph and Dame Lillard and all the point guards now are you. You feel what I'm saying? Because you kind of like you had the freedom, and for the first time, like. I wouldn't say for the first time, but for the first time that I can like really remember, and when I think about it, the point guard was the man, was everything. The whole, you know what I mean? The team relied on the point guard, like, and not just for getting everybody involved. It's like, yo, like you're our horse, you're our closer, like you are the rock star, superstar. Steve Nash was different. You know what I mean? Because he had the freedom to like do a lot, and he had weapons around. So you look at Amari, you look at, you know what I mean? So Steve had the incredible IQ, you know what I mean? To like still be a point guard and still be dynamic. Jason Kidd, point guard, dynamic. Gary Payton, point guard, dynamic, dominant. Sam Cassell, different, scoring point guard, dynamic, right? But this dude was the man.
Just scoring.
You know what I mean? Like just scoring. Like even on my teams, it's like I had to still distribute the ball, right? It was very important for me to like play and make plays to people on my team. You know what I mean? And make sure that, like I am unselfish first. You know what I mean? But his team needed him to be selfish. So he had the Kobe thing without Shaq. You know what I mean? Like Iverson, I would say, was the only, two.
But he was a two guard.
But he was a two guard.
Yeah.
But there was never a point guard. I had seen like, God damn, this motherfucker, like, you better watch out, bro.
But
and with all the tools, you know what I mean?
But see, that was the funny part,
yo.
because you guys were actually it and didn't realize it. You got to remember, if you're averaging 24 and 10, right? 24 and 10, you take 2 assists off, that's 30 and 6. That's me.
Yeah.
Right? right. I'm not mother 2 assists.
Right.
Get it yourself. Like,
go get it
I'm
on
not
the
gonna
board.
So that's how I looked at it. Like, my advantage, I got to use my advantage till they take it away from me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But when I was looking around, like I'm looking at Steve, like I couldn't guard none of you guys. Like, that was the funny part. I couldn't guard you.
Yeah.
Like I was like, you guys are more bouncy, you're stronger, you're shifty.
You're a good defender.
So what ends up happening is your rules help my defense.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? Your rules.
Yeah.
You're gonna, hey bro, you already got 20, bro. You got 20, you gotta stop.
Yeah, it's a cap.
you got a cap, bro. You gotta stop,
bro.
or they gonna call you selfish.
It is definitely. It was definitely like a cap. I remember the year Mashburn missed the first half of the season. We was in New Orleans. I made the All-Star game that year, and Big Cat made the All-Star game too. But dog, I know what you felt like. That shit only happened for me for like 30 games. Then Mash came back, so I had to start loading up, But me, Daryl Armstrong, Steve Smith, David Wesley, dog, we was all shooting like 8 threes a game. That shit, we was just firing. Like, we was so small, and like we had to play fast. But like that was the first time the team needed me to score. So then I had to change my whole game to know, all right, let me go get this first 8. Let me go, you know what I mean? And so I was like, even though that shit was like, damn, dude, I probably got to score 30 or something like that. Just the freedom to like, but that shit was exhausting. You know what I mean? That shit was exhausting. Like, I'm hurt, I'm sore more. You know what I mean? My arms hurt. You tired as shit. bro. You
Listen, you know, that's very important because that right there, coming from an athlete, right? This is what media would never understand. Coming from an athlete saying, I wasn't used to that. So when I got it, it was different. I'm tired, I got to sleep longer. So when you have players like Russell Westbrook, KD, this and this, y'all should understand what type of shape they got to be in, how much rest they getting that night to be able to perform at this level every single night, year after year. And that's what, you know, like the fact that Russell averaged a triple-double this year, right, and we didn't even...
Nobody even said
We didn't even...
But this is the thing that bothers me about that whole shit is he's done it so much now and everybody's just, it's
Like
pace,
it's like
it's
it's
this, it's
natural.
that.
Because the media has made it simple.
Exactly.
When
they don't say that.
That shit ain't simple.
Fucking
Oh,
simple.
he's stat
That's
chasing. You mean he's like actually physically going to get a rebound? You know, if it was that easy, every center would have 20 rebounds a game. This shit is hard.
Yeah.
It takes effort. It takes energy. It takes all of that to go up there and try to grab 10 rebounds.
No, he's getting 22
2
rebounds.
Yeah.
Hey, bro, he getting 22 rebounds.
He's
You know what I
stat
mean?
chasing. It's like, what else am I
How
supposed
the
to do
fuck
in a
you-
game? I'm supposed
how
to
do you
not chase
stat
it?
chase 22 rebounds, 16. Like, you gotta be a sick individual and an incredible mathematician, right? to be able to calculate all that shit, and the game has to just go your way. He going out there and doing that, bro.
This is what I understand when they say stat chasing. I didn't understand it because it doesn't make sense because they're only using it for him.
Yeah.
What was Magic Johnson doing with his assists? He has a fast break layup and then he throws it to get the extra assist. What is Steve Nash doing when he got 17 assists and he's trying to get to 22?
Yeah.
He's stat chasing those assists. Like, that's what it is. But this is effort.
Yeah.
And he's trying to, and
I
his
gotta
team
go
is
with-
not like that team wasn't the best team. You know what I'm saying?
Like, we
and
make
my
it-
coach used to always say, like, when you play on a sorry team, somebody got to get the rebound, somebody got to get the points, somebody got to get the assist. Well, goddamn, this is getting all of it.
He's doing it
You know
all.
what I mean?
Like,
And
it's-
keeping you in the game.
But that's what I said. It's like, you know, it's because of the medias have told us what greatness is supposed to look like versus what an athlete
Bro, they
looks
don't
like.
even give LeBron his. They don't even
Because it
don't
consistency.
celebrate LeBron.
Everybody hates consistency. Everybody wants consistency, but don't appreciate
Bro, this
consistency.
shit don't make no sense. How do you hate on LeBron?
Because he didn't do it the Jordan way.
He did it better though.
From the media standpoint, we got to remember who's paying it, who's doing it.
But he did it.
What I'm saying is, who's telling us? It's the media.
So when you say, because I'm a big LeBron guy, right? And people know that. And when I saw MJ, I saw the generation. When you say he does it better, what are you saying?
The dude came in at 17, 18 years old, right? He already had the hype, right? They already compared him to Mike. They already compared him to Kobe. They compared this mother to everyone. And all he did was carve out his own space. All he does is help kids. All he does is invest in companies. All he do is make movies, pay the way for entertainment. All he doing is putting his homies on. Right? And so for me, like when I say he did it better, like this motherfucker did all this and like ain't no controversy, bro. All he doing is uplifting, speaking, doing his part, his role, responsibility from the time he was 18 years old. Do this motherfucker get a year off? A week off? Can we leave him and his family and his kids alone for a month? Can they get a holiday for a month? Because he been carrying this shit from the day he got in it. You feel what I'm saying? He been carrying a big piece. And when he got in it, you got to think it was Kobe, it was Garnett. Like the league was flourishing.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? And he
Tim
came
Duncan,
in
and
he carried his own. He carried his own. Then he started carrying more. Then he started carrying the league. You know what I mean? And so with the whole Miami shit and all that, like, motherfucker, when you that talented, and you know this, you need some dogs with you.
Yeah.
Right? And he and that gave him the ability to take on the responsibility of carrying the league now. And what has he done wrong? Get athletes more money. Get athletes, speak up for athletes and support athletes, female athletes, other sports, shit like invest in teams, shit like that. Motherfuckers wasn't doing that. Joe Montana was, or somebody like that. But like, wasn't no black people we know. So man, they need to get the fuck out of here and give LeBron a holiday where he gets a month off. You know what I mean? Or treat him like Obama, bro. We should be treating LeBron James with the same respect that we treat Obama with. You know what I mean? Because he's carried a lot of this shit. He's carried, and he's opened up the doors for people to like be more than. You know what I mean? Like that more than. That shit means something because, it's more, even for women basketball. You dig what I'm saying?
Sure.
So it's just like, that's why I think LeBron did it better. You know what I mean? I ain't saying he got better shoes. I ain't saying that, you know what I mean? Like,
Okay,
I so Mike. Mike get down, but I love LeBron at like, motherfucking king. He the leader. It's like.
But that's crazy because that's why I said it's who's pushing the narrative.
Yeah.
It ain't, that's what I said, because the athletes, we're athletes. We can tell you who we think our top 5 is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like a media, someone who's writing, someone who's biased, like there's a difference.
Yeah.
Right? So if you came up in the Jordan era and he was the Bugatti, right? The Bugatti, it looked slick, it was expensive, he gracefully moved, he taught everybody how to talk, dress, walk, move. Yeah, that's now, this man is doing it his way, right?
Yeah.
So you can't compare this one to this one because obviously not going to be the same thing because he's moving his own direction.
Yeah, it's a
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like everyone's looking like, no, if it's not like that exactly, then no, you're not going to.
He a whole different car.
Yeah, that's what I said, a whole different car.
He a whole different car.
Oh, he went to Miami and won a championship. Jordan didn't leave. Yeah, no, Jordan didn't have to leave because everyone came to Mike.
Yeah.
You got Ron Harper.
And that says something about Michael Jordan. All right? So, I don't get into, I say LeBron did it better. I say LeBron did it better because I like the way he's carried, you know what I mean, all of his shit and like opened up shit for everybody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Jordan is Jordan, and I don't really think nobody is with Jordan.
Yeah, for sure.
Basketball-wise.
So I want to hit you 2011, you're on the Cavs. There's some rumblings that you're trying to get to Miami to get with Bron. Dan Gilbert finds out. What happens in that situation?
So it was a lockout year. I was supposed to get, I'm coming in back to Cleveland. I got traded for the Clippers because that's how they, and then Cleveland got the #1 pick. So they had Kyrie. So I was like, all right, I'm about to get amnesty. Barnes, it was another year with Barnes Scott. And me and Barnes Scott was hella cool. But it just, we coming in off the lockout. And I'm like, I'm about to get this amnesty. Really I was just going to chill out that year and just try and get right. You know what I mean? Try and get right and catch on later in the year. You know what I'm saying? But once again, I'm my own agent. So I'm like, man, if I do this shit, then it's like, I don't know nobody, bro. So, you know what I mean? And at the time, Todd, he was young. So it wasn't like I could go take half a year off that I needed to because I was just tired, backed up, all that. So Dan Grant, whatever his name, Chris Grant, come in, he was like, yeah, man, we want to amnesty, we going to amnesty, but we really want to keep you because we got Kyrie here. You know what I mean? I was like, shit, I get right with the young dude, you know what I mean? I rock out with him, like, shit, I ain't tripping. I only got like another year left or some shit like that. And he was like, but we'll amnesty you. He was like, under one condition. And I was like, well, shit, now I'm amnesty. I'm like, man, I'm on, you know what I mean? I'm going to Miami and next thing smoking, bro. You know what I mean? Or I didn't want to be in LA because like I just wanted to get out of LA and you know what I mean? So I wanted to go spend a year somewhere else, hoop, then come back to LA or go for LeBron. But he was like, yo, you cannot go to Miami and go for LeBron because you would probably be the PC needs to win a championship. I said, huh? So you telling me like, basically like you're not gonna amnesty me because you know I'm gonna go to Miami? And he was like, yeah, if you don't go to Miami, he was like, if you decide or commit to not going to Miami, you can go anywhere else, we'll amnesty you. And I was like, all right, cool. And then that's why I wound up going to New York.
You're a good dude, bro, because I would have been like, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure.
Hit him with the Carlos Boozer.
But I wasn't,
Yeah, sure.
I wasn't tripping at the time because like my back was still up. So I knew like once I got amnesty, it was just like whoever I was gonna go to, like they was like my back was I was damaged goods. You know, that's why I wound up my knee up because like I played just because I had, you know what I mean? It was like I had to be in training camp to like be able to get my shit right. So it was just I was damaged goods anyway. So I was gonna take a year off, try and get my shit together, come back. And I blew my knee out. I was like, all right. I started laughing on the court. Like, I guess it's time for part 2.
Hey, the amnesty is the funniest thing because everybody else was like, oh, they about to cut you. Yeah, we over here like, boy, I getting my money. Ain't nobody taking your boy. That's the same thing I was doing.
Yeah.
Like they was like, I remember we was having a conversation like amnesty. I'm like, yeah. Go ahead and throw that my way, right?
That's a lump.
Yeah. Throw it.
That's a lump.
And it's protected, so no matter what I do, you can't touch that no more.
Yeah. And then what I wound up doing was I took my amnesty and I stretched it. So
6 years.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because I was like, yo, I'm towards the end of my career. Like, what do I need all this money right now for? I need to stretch this shit so even if I don't play for the next 2 or 3 years and I'm out the league, you know what I mean? I'm still making, you know, a nice, you know, like veteran, you know what I mean? Like a 6-man, 5th-man salary, you know what I mean? If I take this shit over 4 years. And so I did that shit and I wound up getting hurt that year. So like, I had 3 years of like, all right, cool. Like, you know what I mean? And now I'm gotta work, get a job.
You can chill a little bit. You know
I mean,
you got enough bread to hang out a little bit.
I could chill. I could stop what I'm doing, but I would be bored. You know what I mean?
Sure.
I'd be hella bored.
That's why I didn't come to the Lakers because of that. Same mindset.
Yeah.
I was like, you know, that amnesty, like, for the first time since I was little, I get to just relax. And then I remember I got the call, but I'm still playing in the Park League.
Oh, wow.
So I'm in the adult league playing, just playing. And then get the call to come try out for the Lakers and killed the workout.
Yeah.
Oh, I was on my A game.
Yeah.
They asked, they're like, what leg is injured? Because that whole time I was rehabbing.
Yeah.
That shit, with.
Was that when you was working, when you was playing in that little gym when you start first like posting shit? Was that it?
Nah. This was like during the lockout. So I dropped almost 30 pounds.
Oh shit.
So I was like in Orlando, I was like 234.
Yikes.
You know, they feed you good over there. You lifting. So I dropped all the way to 206. I was taking boxing, doing a lot of cardio and stuff. So I was like really fit. So when they hit me with the amnesty, I was like, I get to chill. Then I went to try out for the Lakers, killed the workout. Then I just talked myself out of it. I'm thinking about back home, like, man, I got my go-karts. I'm in the go-kart league. I'm in the what's today. So I was like, man, y'all don't need me. Y'all just need to tweak your little second unit. You know what I mean? Y'all just need to run a little faster. You know, right now your second unit's kind of slow. You know, but Steve Nash, they good.
Yeah.
They good. So I don't really think you need me. This is gonna take me about a month to get in shape. And I'm up here running up and down and shit.
Yeah.
It'll take me about to get an NBA shape. So yeah, I'm gonna go back home.
Hey, bro, you can
I was trying to
easily talk yourself.
Yeah, I was just trying to talk because I was like, this is the first freedom. I ain't got to worry about the media and the gun thing no more.
Yeah.
I can just relax, get my mind clear. And then went tried out for Memphis and they wasn't playing that shit.
It was like,
They'll take me back to the airport. Like, yeah, y'all good. Y'all gonna be good this year. They was like, nah, we got a contract for you right in here. So you gonna
sign this thing. You gonna throw your ass out there.
Yeah, but that's what it is. I ain't had no clothes, no nothing. I just went there because I'm gonna go there and come back. And on the way to the airport, we had to turn around. It's like, nah, they got the contract ready. And then from here, we're gonna take you to the airport. You're gonna go to Portland and meet the team. I'm like, wait, what? No, I need like 30 days to get in shape. Like, you can do that shit during the season.
People don't understand how fast that shit be moving. Fast, bro. That shit seemed like yesterday.
Hell yeah.
Like you can remember that shit gone, bro. That shit move fast. It'd be like, oh, you traded. You got to move, new city. And you ain't got no goddamn choice.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You ain't got no choice when you get traded. You got to go there. You got to look for an apartment. You got to find a place to stay. You got to play in the game. You got to move your shit. You know what I mean? You got to take care of bills home. Mm-hmm. You know, that's all your responsibility, right? Then, if they trade your ass again, you got to do it again. You're like, no. Don't send my shit over there. Send it over there.
It's the Rodman joint. Click, boom. You gotta
and then people don't realize, like, yo, this is during the season, so it's different. Because during the season, whatever team you're on, they could be on the West Coast trip. So now you're on a trip, and you just got traded here. Now your family got to go try to find a place that you don't even know about them.
Yeah. They trying to get you. Yeah, they trying to get you right. You on the road. You really living out of bags. You know what I mean? You ain't got all your bread, your jewelry going
to them. Now you got to go to the mall.
Right. You like.
So one hit you 2002. Charlotte Hornets moved to New Orleans. A young B.D. links up with a young Lil Wayne, kind of more or less at the height of Cash Money.
Yeah.
You know, you say he's still like a brother to you. You remember the first time you met this? How did you guys end up becoming so close and really just introducing the whole, you know, the blood situation out to New Orleans and kind of certifying? Because we were talking before the show, and literally before you came in the league and Paul and these guys, it was a crib-heavy NBA. Like, you know, my dad's the first crib win award winner, first crib award winner, first crib to win the Wooden Award, but and you know, and then it shifts over in 2002. So just meeting Lil Wayne, what was that like?
Wayne was cool, bro. When I first got to New Orleans, you know, we had I like met all the lawyers and all that shit. You know, they was kind of like sending me around town because I just signed like the max deal. Mm-hmm. So you know, I was like the face of the franchise. So when I linked with Cash Money first, like all the OGs and you know when they was doing all the crib shit. So I went over there, like said what's up to them. I knew Master P because he used to come up to UCLA, and then I went and saw Soulja Slim. So Soulja Slim, I was with Tough. They used to go to his videos, all that. And then when I met Wayne, you know, like me and Wayne was cool because like Wayne used to come to the games. And then when my brother Turn moved out there, right, it was like, Turn was the one who was like, oh, let's go to the mall. You know, he was the one who would get me out. I was like, damn, dog, you want to do some hella normal shit. You know what I mean? Like, you want to go to, ain't nothing no more.
Said normal shit.
Yeah, you like do. He was like, you know, all kind of like just regular shit. You know what I mean? Just being out, just being on that. I had built a studio in the basement of my crib, and you know they would come, Wayne, Cobb, Molly, Turn, you know, shit. It was a bunch of us, and we'd just be like playing video games, you know, smoking and shit, drinking. They, you know, they be doing whatever they doing. And we would just sit down and just like share war stories. You know what I mean? And just talk about, and at the time, like I was dealing with game, you know, so that whole Black Wall Street shit, you know it, you know. We was all in New York, you know what I'm saying? So it was almost like I was living like three lives, like Baron Davis, the basketball player, you know, B.D., like the homie who, you know, like with everybody was cool. And then like this whole like trying to like wrangle, cause like my, you know, like my crew was not just, my entourage was like, it was weird cause it was Bloods and Crips, but it was like Bloods and Crips and Crip, like nobody got along, you know what I mean? So it was like trying to like get a bunch of, you know what I'm saying? It was like, dog, like, you know, it's just like, they saying cuss too much.
You said
They
much.
get mad. You know, it's like, bro, like, it took us a while and like, some of us is family, and we don't fuck with each other, but it took us a while, but it was a big group of us. But we really, like, started mobbing together, and then, like, they would come out to New Orleans, and so Wayne, he'd just be over, and, like, we'd be in the mall. Like, funny enough, we'd be in the mall, and we just be talking, you know, everybody just like hanging out like this, and Wayne, he don't say shit. He just be like, and then next thing you know, we start walking down the mall, and start freestyling for like 20 minutes, all the way through the mall in the store. I'm like, and I remember the first time I hit Time, I said, "Hey, Time, what's wrong with this?" You know what I'm saying? I was like, yo, I was like, because he was just going and going and going, and I was like, and he was just like, but he was saying some dope shit, but I turned and I'm like, hey, what's wrong with this? All right? He was like, nah, man, and then that's when I found out that he didn't write none of his lyrics. So then he was telling us. And then I would like watch him in the studio, you know what I mean? Because sometimes he would like record verses with Term and Cop. And so when he'd be like, "Yeah, I'm ready," he'd be like, and all he'd be doing is just throwing the ball, just just dribbling the ball in the house, throwing the ball and shit. He'd be like, "All right, I'm ready." It'd be like 5 minutes, dog. Go in there, freestyle and shit. And so like we was just like tight. We was like every time I was in town and we had a game, Wayne be at the game, after the game, go to the bar, after the bar, go back to the crib, you know what I mean? And like we either watch TV, play video games, gamble, you know what I mean? It was just like, it was a cool vibe. And then I got traded. That's the year with Byron Scott and all that, but I was projecting, you know what I mean? I was just acting out so I can get out, you know what I mean? And I got traded, and then like that's when like him and Turn really start hanging every day, and like, you know, we just talking about all kind of LA shit and just growing up in LA, and after that he just took off, you know, Stunned Like My Daddy video came out. I was like, God damn, what's going on? I hit Turn, I'm like, yo, what's up? He was like, man, he home, like he took, you know what I mean? He's just like they was already like. And they was wild out there. You feel what I'm saying? And he was already his own boss. And he had he had his own mob. That's why he with the mob, because it was like him and his little homies. It was like, they was their own little mafia. You know what I mean? They just moved around the city, did whatever.
So last question I gotta ask you. I got you both here. Both you in your prime. Y'all play a game of 101 to 13. Who's winning the game?
I'm gonna definitely win, because I'm gonna foul him, I'm gonna bully him, I'm gonna grab him. He's gonna get upset, and basically I'm just gonna wear him out. I'm gonna foul. Like, the game probably never finished because he's gonna be fouling me too. But I think that it would just turn into, you know, me having to put on my Shaq hat and ain't gonna shoot no jumpers, and I'm gonna make him shoot all jumpers. And if it's a clean shot, I'm doing this. It's gonna be the longest game to 13, but I will make sure that I will wear him out, tackle him, foul him, and he gets no layups.
You know, the funny part is, before he said, I was like, what's the rules though? I was gonna ask, what rules? Because if you don't put no rules in it, that puts a disadvantage.
There's no fouls, bro. If there's no fouls, oh yeah.
Like, it all depends on rules. Like you were so funny,
funny.
they be having on Instagram, they be having these brackets of one-on-one.
Yeah.
Like, no rules.
The first thing I be like, yo, what's the rules? Because depending on what the rules is, it takes away most of these guys' talent. Because usually the stronger guy, if there's like no 3 dribbles, there's no like, you know, how many fouls do you get before you get to shoot a free throw or something? If they ain't like really carved out rules, the people y'all have winning, not even close.
Some of them do, yeah.
Because I already
some
know.
of them dudes not even one-on-one players.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so, like, and I say that in respect because it's also like the utmost respect when you like, oh, who will win a one-on-one? It's like, shit, I love myself. I love my game. And I know, like, this motherfucker coach. So I gotta that is my I'm already figured out my strategy. If we play one-on-one, I'm fouling.
Get him tired. Get him tired. Get him tired.
Just
Beat
make
him up
make it the longest game ever.
I feel it. Well, we appreciate you, B-D.
Thank you, bro.
You know, we got to wrap it on now. We could go all day with these two legends, but appreciate y'all for watching No Chill with Gilbert Arenas. We'll be back with much, much more very soon.